All right. Looks like everything is good. I'm just looking at the playback, making sure that there's nothing that can disrupt the stream. I noticed that whenever I do these live streams, I notice that I tend to, for some odd reason, leave autofocus on. And that's kind of been disrupting it a little bit, because whenever I get real close or too far, it would autofocus and just throw the whole image out of whack. So I had to go ahead and fix that. But firstly, yo peoples, Kyushu92 here to bring you more One Piece. Now, in the last chapter, 983, hold on, let me downsize this, let's get this page over here. In the last chapter we went through, we got introduced to Yamato, and I really want to see who he is underneath the mask. If any of you read the chapter, please don't give me any hints. Please don't say, oh, you're going to like this chapter or anything. Don't set my expectations at any type of level. So the page, the chapter has not updated on Viz quite yet, so we're just waiting on that. So, yeah. How are you guys? Cohagen, welcome back. It's good to see you. It's good to see everyone here today. I'm gonna keep refreshing this page until I get what I am after. Today is a good day, you guys. I done did my workout. And everything. Had a good breakfast. It was really good. Hey, Karma, Neil Johnson. Good to see you guys here as well. I'm going to keep refreshing this page until it catches up with me. But I'm going to exit out of any other videos that I have up so it doesn't detract and cause like buffering issues while they're up. And I'll remain focused on this chapter so that way we can get through it. So just in case something happens, we can get through it just fine. And nothing is cut off. Come on, it's 12:02. It is on Manga Plus. I'm aware, but I don't read Manga Plus. I prefer to do it on Viz. I mean, I'm paying for a subscription on Viz. Might as well read it there. So that's where I read it. Great chapter this week. Do not set my expectations at any level. No hints or anything like that. I want to go in completely blind. So that way I can enjoy the moment and everything this chapter has to offer. You got spoiled on this chapter? That is one of my biggest concerns whenever I do this live is there's going to be that one person who just decides to start talking about the chapter and just spoil me before I even get told about it. Or if someone posts it on Twitter or anything like that, then they just throw it up there. That's one of the reasons why I kind of blacklisted the word One Piece on Twitter. Not for anyone who's talking to me about it, but for it to come up on my feed, because sometimes there's this one person on Twitter that I follow who does great art for the chapter. Here we go, here's a new chapter. But since I started reading these chapters on Sunday rather than Friday, this person would create art of that chapter that day, and then it would be on my feed preceding me reading it on Sunday. And like, it's really good art, fan art and all that sort of thing, but it will also kind of spoil the chapter and it showed up. Here's the thing. This sort of thing happened well before I started doing chapter reactions on Sundays. So back then I would just read it on Friday like everyone else, but sometimes they would read it before even I did on Friday, because sometimes I would be working wee hours of the morning and they would just show up on my Twitter feed. So that's why I read it on Sundays, and that's why I kind of blacklisted the word. Because if I read it on Friday, I would probably I would probably, I don't know, get a bigger live audience, but at the same time, I prefer to read it this way. But this is me. That's conversation for another time. Let's focus on what's really important. This chapter. And also, if you guys hear screaming in the background, that's my dad. He recently just got back into playing Tekken, and he's really enjoying himself in the other room. People also spoil in YouTube comments. They can just put a spoiler tag, but I guess that's too hard. Yeah, Twitter and the internet is just a bevy of spoilers. You really do. Joy Boy, this one person called One Piece manga art. I forget his name because it's been a while since I've seen it. But yeah, spoilers. I mean, that's kind of how I got spoiled a little bit on certain things about The Last of Us. Is it because people would put spoilers on certain things that didn't even revolve around things. Like, I got spoiled a little bit about what happened to a certain individual in The Last of Us, and it was on a post unrelated to the game whatsoever. So, people are just salty and they like to ruin everyone's fun. Moving on, chapter 984, My Bible. And here we have Gangbeish, Oh My Family, volume 30. It's me, I'm your father. And both Lola and Chiffon look on in shock as they finally stand face to face with their long-lost father, Pound. Now, what's going to happen to Gangbeish, Oh My Family? Because, as of right now, Gangbeish, Oh My Family's whole premise was the fact that Chiffon and Beige went off to go find Lola. They found Lola. And they ran into the Navy. They found everyone, and now they're all together, and now it's time for them to leave Dressrosa. Well, now they've met Pound. But where does the story go from here for them, since they already accomplished their primary goal of this entire Gangbeish, Oh My Family storyline? Are they just going to continue on with it and see how they start interacting with their father? Don't know. But let's move on, because in the last chapter, Yamato showed up, rescued Luffy from Ulti and Page 1, and ran off with him, saying that he's been waiting for Luffy for such a long time. So do we get to find out what happened? Let's find out. Sis, snap out of it! The rest of you incompetents, go call a medical team! Yes, sir! Stupid Yamato! You better not lose sight of those two. Slow them down and tell me where they are!
Page 1? What about you? Yeah, you took a real nasty shot, too.
Good point. It hurt pretty bad. Almost loosened up my jaw a tad.
That's it? Get off me, medical team!
And Ulti just wakes up, and she pretty much headbutts both members of the medical team. Tem Noodles, welcome. D-Train, welcome. Reading through the chapter.
Ah, Pepe, that hurt so much. Pray for poor little me.
Then shut up and lie down.
Shut up! Oh, and I'll get that Yamato. You dare to attempt using Master Kaido's Thunder Bagua?
I guess she's fine. And Page 1 just walks off.
Thunder Bagua? More like Blunder Bagua.
And she's coughing, and she's bleeding underneath the little mask that she has. Actually, that hit you pretty hard. So it hit Ulti hard enough to cause her to cough up blood underneath her mask. So she pretty much got the worser end of the deal. Page 1.
Ah, I bit my tongue. Ow, I bit my tongue. Ah, that's painful. It's not good.
Ah, hold on. Let me sort it out. Okay. Page 1. Master Yamato and Straw Hat have stopped. Good.
Don't leave me behind.
Sheesh, it's hard to believe how tough those dinosaur powers are.
Ooh. Wait, I'm serious. I mean you no harm. I told you I'm in a hurry. Where are you trying to take me? I don't have time to waste with you, whoever you are. Luffy's trying to fight Yamato. And of course, and the thing is, Yamato is easily blocking Luffy's Gear 3rd elephant gun, just casually blocking it. Now, of course, Luffy is huffing, so he must be using Gear 2nd as well. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. I'll give you 5 seconds. There are people watching here. I want to go somewhere else.
Then no!
And we're supposed to slow down Master Yamato? How do we do that?
We can't even get close!
You stubborn mule. This is only making me remember a battle from the past. What? And Luffy is still trying to hit him, but it's not working. Battle from the past. I've had enough of you! And Luffy goes to punch him, and Yamato blocks it with his foot, and I guess it's a shockwave strong enough to literally blow back the area they're in? Kind of reminiscent of Ulti's meteor, but this is a far bigger shockwave, and all the Beast Pirates get knocked back from this. Where's Yamato? And this is page 1.
I'm sorry, sir. We lost sight of them.
And the devastation from that clash from the two of them, it's almost akin to that of what you would expect from Odin. It's weird, because the destruction looks like something that would happen if Odin was around. I don't know why I'm getting this feeling, but that's just me. Performance stage, Skull Dome! This is Orochi.
On the very day that Kozuki Odin died, this little whelp vanished from the flaming ruins of Odin Castle. Where did he go? To the future! He crossed 20 years of time and appeared in present-day Wano, the very same age as when he vanished. You see, Odin's wife Toki was a witch, capable of sending her vengeance into the future.
Is that even possible? You can find little kids with top knots all over the place. The name Kozuki is extinct. It died out ages ago. And unsurprisingly, the Beast Pirates are just brushing this information aside. Oh! Jinbei! Oh! Robin! Yo! They snuck in there and they just straight chilling! And Robin's just joining in the fun.
Ain't that right, brother?
Yes, totally. Totally, man. Totally.
See her and Jinbei just trying to blend in. How do you do, fellow Beast Pirates?
Don't do it all the way up on that stage, bro. Bring him down here so I can stab his freaking eyes out.
This is Robin. This is Robin. This is Nico Robin, sounding like this.
What should we do, boss? I can't stand to see poor Momo like this.
The samurai will spring into action. Just wait.
Shall I stab him, shoot him, or boil him for old time's sake?
Stay strong, Nico Robin.
Lord Momonosuke. Oh, so there's a samurai here as well. Lord Momonosuke. And they're all just trying to blend in. Yes, and they keep saying Lord Momonosuke over and over again. There's Hyogoro the flower. Everyone's just blending in. The raiding samurai were steadily blending further into the feast.
Meanwhile, the Polar Tang submarine carrying the other Akazaya reached the rear side of the island. Get us as close to the island as you can.
Got it. And this is Law and everyone else.
We're already caught in a powerful current. Once we surface, we'll only have a moment.
Beppo, Shachi, Penguin, are you ready?
Aye, Captain!
We
are ready for battle, Sir Traffy.
And what will we find on the island?
Get ready. We're surfacing along the rear of Onigashima.
What are they gonna find when they get there?
It's snowing outside!
Room! And he just... Snow? Shambles. And he just makes them appear. Wait, what did he do? Yo, he replaced, wait, what happened? Oh, okay. So he saw, I get you, Law. You sliced off a piece of one place. You sliced off an area far away from you, used room, and then shambles your way in place of the rocks. At least I hope I'm reading this right. Room, then shambles, then the pop sound, and then some rocks fell down on the ship. There we go! Close the hatch! We're going back under! What did he do? Wait, what did he do? Oh, I get it. He shambled all of the samurai that were on the... Okay, I get it. He shambled all of the samurai who were on the submarine and replaced them with rocks he chopped off. I get it. Okay. We're here!
That is truly a wondrous jutsu. That is truly a wondrous jutsu. There are 2 entrances. The one above has to be the way to Kaido.
Hey, wait a bit. Hey, wait, be a bit more careful with... Ah! Beggars can't be choosers. You said this was a brilliant plan! Nekomamushi! And then Nekomamushi just lands head first into the ground. I believe that Marco just dropped Nekomamushi from the air. Hey, wait a bit! Hey, wait! Be a bit more careful with... Ah! So Marco was carrying Nekomamushi and just dropped him. Beggars can't be choosers. You said this was a brilliant plan. And Marco just dropped him.
Marco, you haven't changed a bit. So you carried him over?
Yes, and I'm beat. We can reminisce later. I spotted a strange shadow at sea earlier. I'm gonna go check it out. Wait, he spotted a strange shadow at sea earlier? Could that be Pedals? The anime Juke, what's going on? Hope you enjoy yourself while you're here. You left Roger Base's stream to make it here. Wow.
You're so big now, Nekomamushi.
Huh? You? Do I doubt my eyes?
And then Kiku is crying because with Nekomamushi is Izo! We already knew Izo was going to be there, but to see him in all his glory. And I think his outfit has changed. Because I don't remember that design being on his kimono way back in the Marineford War. Then again, it has been a minute since I last seen the Marineford War, so I probably have to double back and check that.
Ah, that's right. I didn't mention it earlier.
Izo! Marco said he
knew where to find him, so we went to pick him up.
And Kiku just can't stop crying.
Brother!
Just look at you, Kiku. You've turned into a great samurai.
Brother!
Izo! And with that, every single member of the Akazaya 9 are back together, except for Denjiro and Kinemon. But the rest of everyone else is there. Inside the castle! Look at Nekomamushi's hand. Oh, snap! He's got a gun! Yeah! Who put that on? He has a gun! It's a good thing I looked at that panel before you wrote out the rest of that, Kohagen. Please don't jump ahead and say things. Don't jump ahead and reveal things unless you hear me actually say it in the stream. Please, because then I could prematurely see something, read something about something I may see before I even get to that chapter. Please be careful. Please be careful. But Nekomamushi has a gun. Who put it on there? Who has the technical know-how? Is Kiku a boy? But he sees himself as a girl at heart, and he addresses himself as such. So that's how he sees himself. That's how he addresses himself. That's how I mean, they were both Izo and Kiku were brought up in like a dancing school for women, but they're boys, and their father ran the school, so they pretty much were in that lifestyle their entire life. So that's it. But Nekomamushi has a gun. Okay, inside the castle. Inside the castle.
Where is Lindlin?
Oh, she's on her way here now.
You could have told me that earlier, Pao Huang.
Oops, sorry.
Well, that's that. Let's make the announcement with Momonosuke's execution. Listen up, people!
Ah, that's our boss! When he shows up like that, his presence is overwhelming. His presence is overwhelming. Is that up on that stage?
I'm going to liven up the execution of this tedious brat with an announcement that might catch your attention.
Woohoo! Yeah, Kaido! Yo, the fact that... Let me just muse. Let me just muse on this panel real quick. Kaido just rolled up with Jack, King, and Queen upstaging Orochi's big old speech. And Orochi's just looking like, bruh, I just had a moment. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna liven up the execution of this tedious brat with an announcement that might catch your attention.
Woo! Yeah, Kaido! And then Momonosuke is silent in the background, but he has all three of his calamities with him.
Listen up, I'm going to explain the new Onigashima project.
Yeah! New Onigashima project. Fukuro Kuju is there as well, but he's looking just as bewildered as Orochi, the fact that Kaido just rolled in. Like, I understand that, Orochi, but I'm gonna let you finish. But I got an announcement to make. But new Onigashima project. All right, let's keep going. Attic, space, inside the castle. You get 5 minutes. Okay. One day I told my father I want to be Kozuki Oden, and he clobbered me for it. Why are you telling me this? Yo, whoa. Yo. Wow. Let's just think about that for a moment. The son of Kaido, the strongest creature in the world, told his father that he wanted to be the person that Kaido killed. The only person that was able to injure Kaido. Yamato wants to be like that man. Good lord, I love this section of panels already. I was there 20 years ago at Oden's execution. I witnessed the hour of legends. You'll never see a greater samurai, and Orochi and my father killed him. I was mortified, but even more than that, I was inspired. I couldn't stop crying. The emotions were so powerful. After that, I found Kozuki Oden's voyage journal in Kuri. It is my Bible. Oh, a journal! And my father and his crew don't know this journal exists. His grand adventurous life and very interesting things are written in here. And now that the Akazaya samurai are dead, someone else has to carry on Oden's will. That's why I chose to open this country. That's why I chose to open this country to the world. Kaido's son is woman. Kaido doesn't have a son. Kaido has a daughter. Oh my goodness, Kaido has a daughter! I thought the son was everything. Kaido has a daughter! What? What is this? What are those? Yo! Kaido has a daughter! That's why I chose to open this country to the world. I want to fight on your side. Huh? You said son, right? Well, Kozuki Oden was a man, wasn't he? So I chose to be a man too. I can tell that you are very strong, and you haven't even tried your hardest yet. You remind me of Ace. Oh! 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 She met Ace! She knows Ace! Woo! You remind me of Ace. Huh? Kaido's daughter, self-styled Kozuki Oden Yamato. Yo! Next chapter hits July 19th, going on break. Yo, every theory. Of course she knows Ace. It feels like everyone has a connection to him. Seriously! D-Train, you were right. All I want now is Yamato for Nakama! Yo! Do you know what this means? Every theory that I had about Yamato, you can throw that out the window. Because that was applying to a dude. Kaido has a daughter, and she's super strong, and she knows Ace, and she admires Oden, and she wants to open up. She has Oden's journal. Kaido doesn't even know it exists. She doesn't know that the Akazaya are alive. She doesn't know that they all came to the future. Yo! Woo! Jamie, yes, I will play Iron Man VR again. Yo, this chapter was amazing! Now we get to see who she is under that mask. I used to think like, oh, this dude must be strong. What if Kaido's son is as strong as Katakuri? But to find out that that son is actually a daughter? My thing is, does Kaido know this? I love that Oda's worked gender deep into Wano since Marineford with the introduction of Izo and plays it off with Yamato. Years of planning for payoff. Yes, because as many times as we see strong female characters in One Piece, it's not often that we get one that is ridiculously strong and actually plays a pivotal part in the story. Sure, you have Boa Hancock, and she's ridiculously strong, and she was integral for the whole Impel Down arc as well. And she was also in Marineford as well. But you don't get that many female characters in One Piece that are just plain ridiculously strong. Aside from Boa Hancock, Big Mom, and some others, but some of them are just side characters. But here, we got another strong woman in the group. The fact that Kaido has a daughter just makes me rethink my whole image of Kaido's. He's just a doting dad. Yo, this changes everything. This changes our whole outlook. This changes our whole outlook of what Kaido's family dynamic is now. So now instead of playing it off like a father and son type deal, we can now play it off a father and daughter type deal, which has its own different type of worldview, different types of situations, different types of conversations. Here comes the materials, both her as an actual female and 30% of Yamato's picks will be her with extra bits. I'm so straight, I don't even like it. Enjoy the latter materials. Kaido shares a grandchild with Roger. That would be crazy. But he calls her his son though. That does lead to some peculiar questions. Still though. And the fact that she can use her father's moves so effortlessly? Sure, she doesn't appear to have the strength to do it one-handed, but the fact that she can do the same exact move and yield the same result, knocking out a person in one hit, her level of strength has to be unreal. The fact that she can stand to Luffy... Oh my goodness, all the things that happened because Luffy was around in all the different situations, and the fact... Yo, everything we know, it's still the same, but the fact that she's a woman just excels her rate of strength even higher. Because let me be honest here, when it comes to doing things in One Piece, we see it all the time. But when you see a woman in One Piece doing the same thing that a man can do and even stand toe-to-toe with its own main character and is able to just effortlessly block Gear 3rd Luffy punches so effortlessly without even a single scratch on her, it is really, really good. Really good. Because all the time you can see a whole bunch of different guys just, take Luffy's punches and block them, and we just brush it off to the side. And we just don't pay attention to it. Because, we see it all the time. But when you see female characters do the same thing, and she's able to just brush off Luffy's Gear 3rd attack, no problem. Is it just me, or does she look a lot like Nami? Okay, so the thing is, her I'm just now noticing her hair. Her hair is different color in this panel when it shows her. Different, it's highlighted. It is different. It's long. It's long, but it's styled like her dad's. Her dad's hair is like long and flowing, and it kind of looks like dreadlocks a little bit. Her hair is like that, but it's two different shades. Top part is a different color. Bottom half is dark, just like her dad's, and it ends in like the dreadlocks-like look that it has. So she has highlighted hair, and I noticed the similarities between Nami, but I would like to say that, I'm looking at this panel, trying to see if I'm missing anything. She has horns on her head that are two different colors. Her hair is two different colors. Trying to see what else she looks like. But she does look kind of similar to Nami. The big difference would be the hairstyle. Because the hairstyle ends in locks. Not just like straight wavy hair, but it ends in like what looks to be long dreads a little bit. And it's two different shades. Interesting. Vero omoshiroi. True, most powerful and pivotal female characters that are important to the story is something of a rarity, or that's Big Mom's favorite of Kaido was to resurrect his daughter. But the thing is, I don't see how that can happen because Big Mom's ability, the Soul ability, doesn't work on human bodies. It only works on inanimate objects. Because otherwise, she'd just kill everyone she sees and split her soul into that individual and her army would be even bigger. That's not how her power works. So she can't resurrect people by infusing a soul into it. It only applies to inanimate objects. So her resurrecting her daughter wouldn't really work there. Because that's not how the soul fruit works. She does look like Nami, but Oda's girls all kind of look mostly similar, so it's hard to really start theorizing on. Yes, because they kind of have the same, most of them kind of have the same type shape, heart-shaped head, big eyes. Some of them tend to have like and just tend to have like flowing hair sometimes. At least those who are stylized like Boa Hancock and Nami and Robin, they tend to have similar face shapes and hair types. But now Yamato has completely thrown that out of the whack because we haven't seen One Piece characters with like two-tone hair, One Piece female characters with two-tone hair, unless I'm no, there's some with two-tone hair, but we haven't seen hers where hers goes from wavy at the top and then turns into dreadlocks at the bottom. Wow, what a chapter. Okay. This changes how I view Kaido and how I view everything that has happened for Yamato thus far. This was a chapter worthy of me getting out of the chair for. Wow. Theories got to change now. You can't apply everything that concerns Yamato to that of a man no more. You got to apply it from a woman's perspective. Doesn't Big Mom take life away? Why can't she give it back? Is that an awakened part of her devil fruit we haven't seen yet? Great chapter, though. I still want to know what the favor was. Well, the thing with the Soul fruit is, if it was capable of reviving people and bringing them back to life, it would kind of be too similar to some of the mechanics of the revive Yomi Yomi no Mi, and that of Gekko Morio's Kage Kage no Mi. Because with the Kage Kage no Mi, you could resurrect a dead body. You just have to take the shadow of a living person and put it into that body. That revives a person. Whereas the Yomi Yomi no Mi, it needs the person to die first in order to work. And the mechanics of those two, though similar, it wouldn't really apply to Big Mom's soul ability, because if she had that ability on top of being able to cause inanimate objects to come to life as well, her power would be, it's already OP right now. But if you added the ability to resurrect people that way, it would kind of go beyond OP, and it would actually make certain deaths that have happened in this series since Whole Cake Island not as impactful. Because think about it. If she was able to revive people, she would probably use that as a fear tactic. Think about it. She kills a whole bunch of your crew, uses the soul ability to revive all of them, and cause them to fight you. Now think of what would happen if she used that sword towards certain characters who have died during Whole Cake Island. Like Pedro, for instance, his sacrifice wouldn't have meant much if Big Mom was able to resurrect him, bring him back, and then have him trying to attack Carrot and the others. The emotional impact of that and the ramifications of that would be far bigger and far more, destructive compared to that. But the reason why it doesn't do that is because it would kind of undermine how other devil fruits work, and it would ask too many questions about, well, if she's able to revive people, why can't she revive this person or that person? And if she steals the life from someone, then why can't she just revive that person and have them permanently under her control? It just opens up far too many questions. So I think that's the reason why she can't revive dead people. Because it would just open up a big old can of worms that I don't think Oda wants to, go down. So that's probably one of the reasons why he chooses not to allow people who have deceased to be the ones that come back from it. Sorry if I spent a little bit too much time on that, but I had to run through that a little bit. Robin needs to read that journal. Oden may have some info about the Void Sentry. If that journal makes it to the end of this arc, Robin is going to have so much fun with that journal. It explains everything. I wonder if it explains what it was like going to Laugh Tale, though. I'm pretty sure it'll talk about Oden's time with Whitebeard and Roger, but does he say anything about Laugh Tale in there? She was going to kill Luffy and make him her homie. Her soul powers can't be used. Hold on. Her soul powers can't be used on a dead body, though. It can only be used on objects and living animals. Weaknesses, soul fragments extracted from one lifespan, the target on the soul. Okay, let me see. I'm looking. It doesn't say anything about that. But where is she getting the souls from? She's getting the souls from people who are taxed by living in Totland. So every year, or a certain number of years, she takes a portion of people's bodies. She has like different homies that go to people and collect a portion of their soul, life, or leave. And she uses that to infuse her objects. So she's literally taking pieces of the souls of other people and infusing them into objects. She's not just using her own soul and infusing it into everything on Whole Cake Island, because otherwise every single object would be on the same level as Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon. Wow, I was drawing a blank on his name. Because her soul is what makes them so powerful. So if she was just steadily infusing her soul into every single thing on Whole Cake Island, they would be on the same level as Zeus, Prometheus, and Napoleon. But the reason why the regular homies are the way they are is because they are made up of the souls of the citizens of Whole Cake Island. So that's how that works. Okay, let me see here. The fruit's power of soul manipulation, as demonstrated by Big Mom, consists of drawing out and manifesting fragments of human souls in a spectral light-colored, but for the user, tangible substance, which the user extracts by grabbing at the substance when it begins surrounding the body and pulling it out. This effectively steals from a target's very lifespan, the amount of which being determined by the user, shown to be up to and possibly beyond decades at once, and down to the second if desired. Thus, if they lose too many years at once, victims may be killed instantaneously. By infusing objects and living animals with soul fragments, users can humanize them. Recipients, which Big Mom refers to as homies, develop human-like intelligence, with inanimate objects gaining a life of their own in the first place and undergo transformations to more closely resemble humans. Though the most prominent change in objects are their human faces, animals will also have their general physique affected to varying degrees, such as becoming able to stand upright. If a beaver card is infused with a soul fragment, instead of becoming anthropomorphic, this card will exude a bright aura that only homies can see. The ability to infuse souls also works on inorganic objects produced by other devil fruits. For example, Big Mom can give life and autonomy to Cracker's biscuit soldier puppets. In certain specific cases, this also allows Big Mom to exude control over another person's fruit substance to an extent. For example, by creating a homie from a mound of Peros candy, she is able to control the direction of the candy much like Peros himself. In addition to stealing and using the souls of other people, the user may manifest their own soul into living fragments, which Big Mom refers to as incarnations, in the form of roughly human-sized, dark, somewhat humanoid blobs, which possess limited sentience and can take people's souls at will. That is how she gets the souls to infuse into the rest of Whole Cake Island. Why am I reading so fast? Because I want to get through this so I can talk more about this chapter. Soul fragment, and here's the weaknesses. Soul fragments extracted from one's lifespan cannot be infused into other humans or on corpses. Furthermore, the target of the soul extraction must be at least somewhat afraid of death in order for the user to take their lifespan. If the target is not afraid in the slightest, the user's powers will have no effect on them. Here's the biggest takeaway. It cannot be infused into other humans or on corpses. So even if Big Mom says, or somehow said that she wanted to make Luffy her homie, it would not work because if she killed him, she couldn't bring him back. That's not how the power works, just like I said. I don't think Big Mom's soul power would work on Luffy. Her power only works if you have fear in your heart, and I doubt Luffy is afraid of her, just like Jinbei wasn't. Well, and the fact that, you know, he's a D, he's not afraid of death. So, it still wouldn't work on her regardless. If anything, her trying to get Sanji and putting married would have already put Luffy under her control, well, under her employ and under her banner. That is as far as she would have gotten with Luffy. But, you know, if Kaido's having a hard time trying to break Luffy, you think Big Mom was going to have an easier one? But no. But that's just the main takeaway from Big Mom's Soul Fruit. But this chapter just opens up so many different things about Yamato and the whole dynamic of Kaido's lineage and his family, but also it also begs the question of what is the new Onigashima project? Is he looking to expand past Onigashima and exude his control over Wano on top of that? Like, sure, he has some control over Wano because Orochi's in charge, but when is it going to get to the point where he doesn't, well, it's hard for two kings to rule one kingdom. At some point, one of them's going to have to step down. So I feel like this whole new Onigashima project is him just exuding his control from Onigashima and extending it to all of Wano. Which means, at some point, Orochi's going to have to go. Because, well, you can't make Kaido leave. It's Kaido. So, kind of curious about this new Onigashima project. Another thing is the fact that Jinbei and Robin are just blending in so well, and Robin is since she's a trained assassin. She's lived her life trying to hide, and she's perfectly blending in. So the fact that she's just open mouth smiling and cheering and acting like a beast pirate is not surprising due to the time she spent with the Straw Hats. Her outlook and her ways of improvising have vastly improved since she's joined the Straw Hats. So seeing that whole thing, but then you got Jinbei, you can tell he's an old man. He's all like, yes man, totally man, totally. How do you do, fellow kids? it's basically Jinbei right there. But it's just amazing seeing this whole dynamic. But also the fact that Izo has met up with the rest of the samurai. I gotta oil this thing. But the fact that Izo has met up with the rest of the samurai, Nekomamushi's there, and Marco said that he saw a shadow out at sea earlier and he's gonna go check it out. Is that Peros Pero on his candy slug? Or is it something else? Don't know. But Marco's there and he's checking things out. But when Marco gets back and he starts to invest time into, you know, being there as this war gets started, whew, I feel like we're gonna see what this Phoenix fruit can actually do. I'm anxious to see just how much stronger Marco has become over the years. Even though he spent most of his time on Whitebeard's home village, just being a doctor there, I highly doubt his combat capabilities have, you know, dwindled even a smidgen. I mean, if him knocking the chanter off of the waterfall so effortlessly is any indication, then he's still just as strong as he was back in Marineford, if not stronger. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm just so I'm just not kind of confused, but I'm looking. Now I wonder, where is Hiyori? That's a good point. Is she still in Wano? Since the majority of Orochi's forces are Onigashima, the majority of Kaido's forces are Onigashima, is she back on Wano? Just chilling on her own? Possibly hidden because the world still thinks that Komonosaki is dead. And they don't know who Hiyori is. So, it begs the question. You think there's a connection with Yamato and Black Maria? I don't know. And I wonder if she can use swords. That remains to be seen. You think there's a connection between Yamato and Black Maria? You know what? Let me bring up a picture. You're not going to see it up here on my screen, but I'm just going to bring up a picture of Black Maria to see if there's any similarities between the two. Kaido baby mama wanted the Tobiropo. I know it's not Ulti because she too small. But Black Maria, I wouldn't put it past her. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm already noticing a similarity between Black Maria and Yamato because their horns are colored the same way. The tip of their horns are black and they fade out into a light color. Both of their horns do. But the difference between a Black Maria and a Yamato is that her hair starts to turn into her dad's at the bottom, where it's light at the top. Maybe that's why Black Maria dotes on Kaido so much. And looking at Black Maria, I don't blame Kaido if that's the case. I don't at all. Black Maria, she's a giant woman. I'm really paying attention. They look similar. Their horns are the same type of color because hold on. Wait a minute. Black Maria also didn't go looking for Yamato. No, she didn't. Hold on. Let me just make sure that the horns on Ulti aren't the same as well. Is it just the same for everyone? Is it the same for all the women characters? No, Ulti's horns are just one straight color, but Black Maria is the only one who has highlighted horns that turn into a different color near the base. It's the same as Yamato. Okay. Black Maria is Yamamoto theories just going up in the air now. No one else. I'm looking at all the other Tobiropo except for Drake. All the Tobiropo has horns. But Black Maria is the only one of the Tobiropo who has horns that are the same as Yamato's, though. That's why I'm looking at everyone else's. Sasaki's horns, his is regular. Who's horns, his are jet black. Everyone has a solid color horn set for Drake in the Tobiropo, except for Black Maria. She's the only one with two-toned horns, which exactly matches that of Yamato's. So, Diaz Drake doesn't have any. So, I guess we can put this theory out there now that Black Maria is the mother of Yamato. Oh, I just had another one. This might be throwing it out there, and then I'm gonna end this stream afterwards because I really need to go ahead and get to the My Hero chapter. What if the favor from Big Mom was not giving Kaido a child, but giving Kaido one of her daughters that Kaido could have a child with? Think about it. I gave you a daughter to have a strong child with, Kaido. So now you owe me
Because without my daughter, you wouldn't have this strong daughter of yours. Without my daughter, you wouldn't have this strong daughter.
What if Big Mom's the mother? Then Big Mom's the mother. That's another theory that was going around for a while. But the thought that maybe Black Maria is one of the daughters that Big Mom has not shown off because she's always with Kaido. Like I said, this is a theory. I'm not trying to put this as fact or anything, but this is just how it sounds to me. But overall, this was a great chapter. 9 out of 10. If the chapter is good enough for me to get out of my chair, it is a 9 or a 10. This one's definitely a 9. This is really a first chapter we get in July, and you reveal to us that Yamato is not a son but a daughter. I think Maria just really likes Kaido. That's there as well. Like I said, I'm not putting any theories out there and passing them off as fact. We have to wait after this break in order to find out more. So hopefully we find out more concerning this. So, yeah, that's all I got for this chapter. That's all I got. Would be cool if she really was the mother, though. It would be. But, yeah, that's all I got. Hey, been a while. Kaido want Big Mom to meet Yamato, so can't be Big Mom's kid. Okay, you coming in with some facts. Think about it. Why would, talking about mothers, I wonder who is Luffy's mother? So, with Crush coming in here, putting in facts that really do make sense. If it was Yamato hasn't met Big Mom, and you would think that she would be there for, you know, kind of like a little bit of the upbringing of one of her children. But that's another theory as well. But it actually makes sense. So it can't be, I don't think it can be Big Mom's child if they're just now meeting each other. If Dragon is his dad, what kind of monster will be his mother? For someone to be the baby mama to the world's most dangerous criminal, she got to be strong. I wouldn't be surprised if she could use Conqueror's Haki as well. But that's going to be a story for another time. I don't want to go on too long. Great chapter. Might read through it again. But I'm going to go ahead and get started on my Hero reaction. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But Yamato is going to marry Katakuri and I'll have little donuts clobbering baby boggles. That'd be funny. But who knows. Overall, phenomenal chapter. I loved it. The first chapter in July, and it's already starting on fire. Oda is really, really, really stepping out. My Hero came out today. Yep, it is, and I'm about to get started on that chapter in a second. So, with that being said, this was a great chapter. I hope you guys enjoyed my read-through with all the things that I do to it, the voices and everything. You guys say that you like it, and it makes me happy to know that what I'm doing matters and that I'm able to entertain you guys. So, I'm just going to keep doing the same thing I always have been. Just, you know, entertaining you as much as I can. So, with that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. So, have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.